Hello, my name's Sonia and welcome to my Lagan home garden. One of the lovely things about a Lagan home is that all that hard landscaping is done for you when you move in. So I think we all have patios to my knowledge, or virtually everybody has a patio, and there also are paths round about the house. And they're really nicely done, but obviously in time there will be weeds coming in between the cracks. So how best to look after that? I used to think you had to get a proprietary weed killer to do it, and it's what I used to do. But someone gave me a little tip and I've been employing it and it works really good, and I use boiling water and it kills the weeds easily. And do it often. If you see a weed, come out with a bit of boiling water and do it, and it's great. It dies down, it goes, it's fantastic. I think if you let them get established, that becomes a lot more difficult. Most of us in a Lagan's development do have a border that has been cut, or borders that have been cut by Lagans. And they make it easy for you because they plant those out and they also put down wood chip for you. So for the first few weeks or possibly even months, you won't have to do any weeding whatsoever. The wood chip breaks down and the weeds will come through. It's not maintenance free, it's low maintenance. So what I suggest to people is that they always have some wood chip around the house, or you can use pea gravel, and that you put that onto the borders to suppress the weeds. That is, unless you absolutely love weeding, in which case you can hoe it, or you can get down on the kneeler with your little trowel and you can pull the weeds up. And I do a bit of that too, I have to say. Remember, like your car, your house needs a little ongoing care. So renew the bark and weed, and it's amazing what 10 to 15 minutes a week will do. So after a little while, you might want to develop your garden and really make it into a beautiful, beautiful space. So what can you do? You could cut new borders, as I have done in the back here and also in the front. There's a long border along the right, which wasn't there when I first moved in. You can edge the border, and I've used wood down here, and I got someone to help me do that. It's not one of my skills at all. But what that does is it makes life a lot easier when you're cutting the grass. So you've got a nice edge to cut across. Pots on the patio is an obvious way of adding cheap colour, and it's something I do a lot of here. 6 pansies, 6 violas, £2, £2.50. A bag of compost, a really quick and easy way of adding colour to your patio. Then there's the fences, and Lagan's put in some fab fences, and what some people tend to do is think, oh, I need to stain those because they're all beigey colour. And yes, you can do that and they can look really well, but you have to be aware that if you do that, you're going to have to stain them again, and I don't think that's low maintenance. What I think is much more low maintenance is to put some climbers against them about every 6 to 8 feet, and it softens the fences. They're really lovely. You do have to learn a little bit about just pinning them, pinning the bits to the wall, but it's easy to do. What I'd like to end up by saying is that you can love your garden, or you may decide, really, gardening's not for me, I don't like it, and that's fine. So there are 3 approaches. If you don't like gardening, keep it tidy and clean. Spend your few minutes every week. Or you might decide you really love gardening, and really what you're into then is developing the garden, as I've just been talking about, creating new borders, adding colour, softening the fences, filling the patio with colour. And if none of that's for you, my advice is buying a grass cutter. It's not a big expense if you really hate gardening. I'd find the money if it were me.